I got it.
Hello. Welcome to session number 24 plus 2, or 26, as some people call it. It is of Curse of Strahd, yes. Last we left off our heroes, also, yes, I can be heard. Though the question is if everyone else can be heard. Can someone speak?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey! It seems to be
Hey.
so.
Yo.
Good. Alright, well then. Alright. Cool. It reacted. Last we left off our heroes, things happened. You were in the middle of a fight against some forest folk on a hill that was a large cemetery. And you battled them with the chanting forest folk being put to sleep one at a time, or sometimes two at a time, by the illustrious wizard, or mighty wizard Ronan. No, wait.
The great wizard
The
Ronan.
great wizard Ronan. And you managed to also take out the gem out of the large statue. Azim doing it after 9 turns of chanting, and you managed to end whatever was gonna happen and defeat them all, leaving one alive, interrogating her. She wasn't responsive and tried to escape, and Azim tried to kill her, and then there was some drama between Etri and Azim, and then she ran away as you were merciful, and she left you all there. You leveled up to 6. Yay.
Hurrah!
You
Yay.
went to the large tree at the behind this circle of stones that had corpses hanging from some of the branches that were very high up, and you could see blood oozing from the tree that was completely dead and blackened. No vegetation, and there was a circle of dead trees around this large tree as well. But you decided to not do much about that and left it. And returned to the winery with the gem in hand, where you were taken with celebratory means, and I should have, I guess, looked into the end of the session. I think something was talked about within the
We found out that the pies had children in them.
Yes, there were children in the pies. That's right. 'Cause something dramatic.
And then Ronan was like, well, maybe they were bad children in this.
Yeah,
farm.
you know, like, what if they're bullies or something? I'm not gonna feel bad for eating bullies.
And
He ate one and Alexander has the other.
Yeah, and they are delicious children, if nothing else. And with that, you are still in the evening time with the Martikov family, having some dinner that they offer you again for a night's meal. And that's where we left off. So you're in the winery. It is evening time. What do you all do?
First of all, Azim's gonna make sure that rooms are ready, because he's bushed. Like, we've been doing a lot of fighting. So Azim is going to just kind of look at this whole situation, which, you know, he intervened in maybe a little bit with Ronan, and gonna go, well, this seems more like a you situation. I'm going to go get the bits ready. Good night. And he's probably gonna take like a small plate of food up. And were the adults watching?
Yes. This was all happening. You mean with the children and all that?
No, with the whole church. So, yeah, because one of them explained to us about the kid leaving the pie.
Adrian told you that they have discovered that the hags that were at the windmill create pies out of children.
So I go over and talk to Adrian, definitely not the server owner. And I go, apologies. This is something he's kind of working through right now. I'm going to go leave him to it. Just let me know if he causes any trouble. And I give him like an awkward shoulder pat, and almost as though like he's kind of unsanitary. And I take my plate upstairs to one of the rooms.
Yeah.
And just want to get it ready.
Yeah, the dining room is on the same floor where the rooms are, but yeah, you just leave the room and your bedrooms are just on the corridor outside the dining room. Yeah, he says, well, I think that it's you should really help him out if he has been eating these for a long time. He might get some problems from the addictive part of this pie that they create.
Well, how do you know that it's made with children? Why can't it just be a really tasty pie?
Well, we have heard from people in Vallaki who have seen these children disappear and going to the windmill and never returning back. There are numerous accounts that would indicate that these children are taken by the hags, their only business is pies. So I've only drawn the conclusion, and I, of course, it can be a coincidence, but it's hard to say.
I can't imagine that children can be very tasty. What if the hags just like took them in and then killed them and then didn't put it in the pie? Why do they need to put it in the pie? I feel like this is a very illogical conclusion and that it's not true at all.
Can I try to roll a stealth check to leave the room without Ronan noticing that I'm leaving while he's arguing with the father?
Sure, go ahead and make a stealth check. Need to be an 11.
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ronan is not occupied with you. He's saturated with his pie, and even though you have the second pie,
Still munching on the first one.
Yeah, he's still kind of half through the first pie.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you're out.
Awesome. I will go, because they're in the only room with the lit fireplace, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go outside. Do they have a pond or anything like that in their backyard?
Oh, no.
There is... I'm pretty sure there is a well that they have outside.
Fantastic.
Oh, no.
Don't do it. Please.
Fantastic. I'm going to the well, and I'm
Oh no.
just dropping the food down in it.
No!
There's a Ronin in the well.
Okay, so you're drowning the pie?
Yep.
Okay. The pie gives its last breaths and... I don't know, does pie sink?
I don't know, we should ask him.
Nice.
Let's say that a 10 and above, it sinks. Okay, it sinks.
But you
It's-
rolled a
it's-
D10 too, Sammy.
Okay,
Wow.
oh no, sorry. A 10 and above, sorry.
Wow.
Okay, it doesn't sink.
No, you rolled a 10 on a D10.
No, no,
Come
no.
on.
I intended on
It
rolling.
sinks and it floats back up, and then it sinks, and then it floats.
Okay, for the sake of this,
Sinks, but only halfway.
I said a 10 and above, it sinks. And since that's like the only roll that was 10 and above, let's say it sinks, because I rolled a 10. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it is a very dense pie, apparently, and it sinks.
The weight of those fillings,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
a lot.
Mhm.
Totally
so,
not children.
Yeah, it's gone.
Good. I walk back inside.
Alright.
And I head straight. I go and I grab a plate and I head straight to my room. I don't say anything more.
Alright. Adrian just answers your doubts with, well, if that helps you sleep. There may be a tiny chance that they are not children. So.
Yeah, they're not children. And listen, even if they were children, they're probably bullies, and there's no way that it could be children and that I'm a bad person. No.
Of course not. It would only be the worst of children. There is no doubt of that.
Exactly. Thank you for agreeing with me.
So, well,
He's
you
like
are
afraid for his life.
yeah, you are a smart man, and I believe your judgment.
But now that we got this foolishness out of the way with children and whatnot, we did bring back the gem. So, you know.
Yes. Well, we will be able to continue production of the wine, which is very good for the lands of Barovia. Are you headed in any particular direction in the morning, or would you care to stay here? You are also welcome to stay.
No, we will be heading out. We'll be going to the next town that is called something with a C.
There would be a
Croatia?
town called Kresk.
Kresk.
It is with a K, however, but yes.
Ah, yes, okay.
Well, I would imagine, because the wine production has been stopped for a good time now, that they are in need of some wine. So if you would deliver the wine that we have to them, that would probably allow you to enter the town. You would get in good terms with them.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes, I will make sure that we have the wine barrels placed on the wagon, and you can deliver that, and we will send someone to go and fetch it back, unless you return here yourselves.
Okay, but I want to circle back around to us bringing back the gem, you know? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Please elaborate.
I want a reward.
Yes, of course. Well, our home is available for you to stay in, as you have saved it from the forest folk, and we also have family in the village of Valaki, or in the town of Valaki. if you have been to the Blue Water Inn. You can see the old man still sitting by the table, Davian. He kind of goes, huh. Says, my brother lives, maintains the tavern there, and I'm certain that you are also able to stay there for free and to have free food and drinks.
Okay. That sounds good.
So,
Free stuff is always nice.
yes, and we still have another gem that is missing. Well, 2 of them, though only one we know the location of, to some extent at least. So if you would be able to get that, and I don't assume that you will, but if so, then we could look into doing some greater reward, so to speak.
Oh. Okay. How about you tell me where these other gems are, and then we can decide later. Maybe tomorrow,
Well,
if we want to ever go there.
the only gem that I know the location of is located in the swamps of Berez. It is a ruin of a town. There is a very powerful being who has stolen it and resides in the swamps. So if you were to travel there, I would advise extreme caution, but if you take that task on, it is not too much. It is pretty much south of Vallaki, a bit southwest of Vallaki.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna want to start heading to my bedroom to take a long rest.
Yeah. Does anyone want to do anything
question.
particular?
Considering Ronan's heading off to bed, how many beds are there in the room?
So you're a party of 5 people. I'll say that you have. Let me double check. How are the rooms? There are. I mean, there's a whole family living here, and they don't have that many spare beds. Or actually, they don't actually have any spare beds.
Oh.
But
Okay.
for the sake of it, you might.
We have bedrolls we can lay out, right?
Yeah, I got bedroll.
Yeah, you're an adventuring party. You've got your travel apparel, so you can pretty much sleep wherever you want to.
Oh, yeah, I have a bedroll.
Like there are.
Are there any like extra like children's beds? You know, as kids grow up, they outgrow their beds. Maybe there's one like in storage somewhere that Irene just hauls out. It's way too small.
Not really, no. But
No.
but there is the
Perfect
barrel
for Ronan.
room. The barrel room is you could move some barrels around and have a nice slumber party there together.
Ooh. Perfect.
Yeah, is that the chili room?
It's not the wine cellar. You could also go to the wine cellar and have a chili night.
Oh, we could have a very good party there.
I feel like we're probably drink up the wine. And whilst Azim has no complications with that, I presume Etru would. So yeah. Do they have a library here?
No.
Okay, never mind. That was too much. Well, I suppose. I remember seeing
barrel room would
a cart in like a stables nearby.
Yeah, well, there's like a loading station where you can roll up the barrels to the third floor, or to I guess the second floor, and then drop them onto a cart that you can then use to get the barrels somewhere
Wait.
more easily.
You said that there's like a loading crane.
Yeah, there's a loading crane on the second floor.
Is it like a crane that's attached to something? Can we? Because I want to create a hammock.
I mean, it's. I guess what? How would a crane be? I don't know.
Well, it's elevated.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, just like the part that attaches to a barrel.
Oh right, never mind. No, it's like a grabby hook. Never mind.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
would just
more like a grabby hook. Yeah.
I just set myself up in a grabby hook.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna just slap my sleeping bag in the back of the cart because I presume it's not loaded, is it?
I'm sorry. Yeah. What?
Is the cart loaded?
Currently, it is not.
Set it up on the back of the cart.
Okay. Yeah, you've got the vineyard to look out at. Basically, on this picture, you're here chilling out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So.
Getting all cozy, setting up my stuff around me like a little raccoon nest.
Yeah. Anything else that anyone wants to do as they're spending the evening?
I mean, if I notice that anyone is going down to the wine cellar for their 8 hours of rest, I'd probably follow, but otherwise I'd just like to have my own corner of a room and stay there.
All right.
Irene would like to roll a few barrels around in the barrel room and make room so that we can have a little slumber party in there. If anyone wants to join.
Alexander would join, but he would still fall asleep with a book on his face like normal.
Is that like when
We
you
make like a fort out of the barrels.
Yeah, so like he lays down and he like reads with the book above his face, and then it just slowly like gets closer and closer, and the next thing you know, you just hear snoring from underneath the book. That's how he marks the page.
That sounds about Alexander. All right. If nothing else, then you can mark a long rest on your character sheets.
Oh, thank God.
Aw.
I'm like, this family better not attack us. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, no. Luckily, you spend the night in a barrel room without any murder happening.
In a barrel fort.
In a barrel fort. Yeah, you could. You could have like a wall of barrels with a small opening. That's the gate into the barrel.
And then I take like some sheets if they have like any spare bedding and make like a cool little roof on it so it's like all cute. It's very fun.
All right. Yeah, and then
Alexander writes a sign that says "No pies allowed" and puts it on the outside.
And you can cast light and have it be a cool color.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah,
it
do
flashes.
that.
It flashes.
Yeah.
It's like a nightlight. It's super adorable as you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Azim, if nobody else is doing anything else, Azim is going to stealth.
Oh boy.
And
What's
observe the
happening?
slumber party briefly, if he can.
and what?
You're gonna what?
He wants to observe the slumber party.
Okay.
Watching us sleep.
It's not creepy at all.
Make a-
He doesn't know what this party of slumbering is.
Yeah, make
I
a-
did invite him.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you-
Azim, I don't know if you.
Oh, maybe he had already left.
Yeah,
I
he'd already
invited
gone off.
anyone who's around.
He had already gone off to create his raccoon nest in the carts.
Okay,
Aw.
make a stealth check as you're gonna go out and check out the slumber party, whatever that is.
Oh, I don't have fucking. It was a 15. I don't have beyond 20 on this laptop. Sorry.
My
Okay,
passive
15.
is 15.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you.
Let me just set it up.
So is Etri in a corner at the slumber party, or taking another room? Not that there are many rooms.
I'd be. I'd be parenting. Yes, I would be with everyone.
Okay, parenting the slumber party. Yeah, you would definitely notice, as well as Alexander here, the door creak open, and some footsteps approaching your slumber party.
It's like a little red eye coming from the fucking door crack.
Yeah. A blue head appears.
Just grape.
I see this out of the corner of my eye, and then I look at Irene, and I just very slowly, quietly whisper, be like, I think we have a visitor, but I think we might spook him.
What? Is it?
Do I
Is it
notice
rat?
them chatting about me? Like, I got fucking 17 passive perception. Do I notice these people chatting?
Yeah, I mean, you can look inside and see Alexander whisper something
Talking.
to Irene. And
He's just
Irene
gonna-
probably just with a louder voice respond like that thing.
What? The rat?
Azim, thinking he's still stealthed, he's going to, let's see what I've got in my inventory. Hold on. He's just gonna leave like, a little bit of like ration food on the floor to make it look like a rat was there looking for food. And he's gonna kind of just go back to doing. He's not gonna do this. He doesn't like. He doesn't like whatever's going on here. He's a little bit skittish.
Okay, so Etri and Alexander see Azim just throw some food onto the ground and run
It's
away.
not like a lump of food. It's like a few crumbs, just to make it look like a rat.
Yeah,
Like in
yeah.
any other situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Drop some crumbs on the ground and then run away like Hansel and Greta.
Yeah. You know, not like zooming away, but like
Sneaking away.
Skyrim style sneaking away
Yeah,
from.
he's crouching. Alright. So that happened. And then you can take your long rest as you've had your slumber party and wake up in the morning to yet another day of grey skies and children's laughter in the winery. What is
yeah.
your plan?
I'm just gonna let everybody else go first because they should just jump in.
Definitely would have told everyone about the gem in the swamp. But
That's
Gem?
great.
want-
They're already making wine. If we can, we'll come back, but I'd rather we get the Kresk and back to Borovia.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too.
Azim wakes up from his raccoon nest. And looks around. Perfect. Nobody noticed him.
Mission success.
Mission accomplished.
Yes.
So sneaky.
So sneaky.
All the snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got it set up now.
Great.
Go to features and traits. There we go.
So
Let me just quickly check if it's working.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. It's working.
Does work, yeah. The Martikovs have set up a cart with the 3 barrels that are in the cellar, and Adrian says to you all, these are the last barrels that we have at the moment, but we have some more that are in the making. So if you're heading off to Kresk, you can take this cart, and it should put you in a good state with the people of Kresk, as they have been lacking wine for a while. So I imagine this is good news for them.
Do we not
So,
need
are
to...
you-
Sorry, go on. I just arrived.
sorry, is he giving us the wine or is he getting us to deliver it for him for free?
Well,
He's getting us to deliver it.
yeah, he says, like, assumes that you will be delivering it to Kresk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair.
But you are then hopefully in a good reputation with the people of Kresk, is what he's saying.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's arrived. Long night. He's kind of just packed of all his things. I don't know what you guys are up to, but I got pretty comfy in the back of that cart. Question, is the cart that, Mr. Diamond, is the cart that Azim would have been sleeping in, the cart they would have been setting up?
Yep. So I guess there might have been...
That wasn't a comfy night.
There might have been an incident in the morning as a cart or a barrel is being lowered on top of you.
No.
and giving you a wake up call. And someone from above you says, "Oh, sorry, didn't notice you were there."
Was trying to sleep, but clearly, never mind. He's gonna just cold sweat woken up. Jeez. Never mind it. But yeah, he's still gonna go. Yeah, I slept pretty comfy last night. So, are we going? What are we doing?
I believe we are heading out to Kresk.
Yes, that's what the goal is.
Yep.
Sorry, I can't get the fucking image out of my head of Azim getting a fucking barrel load and be like, no!
No.
Irene considers packing up our fort that we made and then leaves it because we'll be back sometime. Please don't disturb the fort that we've made.
Just gonna
I
link.
changed.
It will 100% get disturbed because they're gonna need those barrels. But
Yeah, probably. But the children might have a fun fort for a while before the barrels
there
are-
we
Yeah.
go.
I was gonna
Yes,
say
it's
like a
for
whisper.
the kids.
The sign changes to say instead of no pies allowed, it says no adults allowed.
Yeah.
So the kids know that they can go in and play.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and then like Irene adds a little thing that just says like adventurers only. Because
Yes.
they're little adventurers.
Aw.
Ew.
Ah!
No, I'm kidding. Etri would be raring to get on the road and get to Kresk, or get back to that fork and cross the bridge.
Mhm.
Yeah. Azim, I presume as everybody's like, just gearing up to go out of here. Azim's just gonna go find Adrian, who I presume is the head of the household, right?
Pretty much. I mean, he's been the one who's spoken the most.
It's kind of where is he right now? Is he away from the group? What's going on?
Well, he wrote it in the morning. I guess everyone's pretty much gathered for breakfast, and after that, he would be in he would be alone in what is the glassblower's workshop.
Cool. Presuming he's at work.
Yeah, he's
Seems just kind of gonna
visiting
slink on by. Wait for him to just take a brief break from whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he
Which,
just come and he sort of finishes whatever he's doing and says, Can I help you?
It's fine. Just out of curiosity, do you make enough here at the winery?
Enough.
You live
for
comfortably?
what? Well, we are doing fine, yes. As long as we are not attacked by the forest folk, that's we're doing excellent. Why do you ask?
And you're well armed, are you? At all? I mean, I presume you weren't because you needed our help. Just curious. Nothing else.
Yes, well, it seems that we have been for a long time not disturbed by the surrounding wildlife and such. It seems that Strahd sees the importance of maintaining a winery in function, seeing as we are quite vital for the people of Barovia. But
Right. Well,
except for the recent incidents.
as an enterprising businessman, I am interested in keeping a safe roof over our heads for when we might need it. I was wondering if I could do anything to, aside from delivering your wine, to secure perhaps a safe house here in the future.
Well, I would say that you've done plenty for us, and if you are in need of a safe place to come, I don't see why you are not welcome here in the future. Given that you're, if you don't do anything that is bad for us, but to the in the current state, we are very grateful for you, and you seem to get along with the children too, so they are enjoying it.
I don't like children.
Well,
He's just gonna. Whoa, not that far, you know.
Well, some others in your party seem to get along with them.
Yes. He's just gonna like take a brief moment and go, yeah. Go, yeah. They go, well, in the interests of keeping us as allies, he's just gonna take, because he hasn't actually ever used it, and he doesn't feel like he'll need it.
Mm-hmm.
He actually takes his rapier off of his belt. He's gonna say, if you want to sell it, it could do perhaps a little bit of money. It's this very functionally made weapon. Beautiful in its craft, but still very functionally made. Because it's crafted back home.
Right.
He goes,
Yeah.
in case you ever need any protection, perhaps you would do well to train with one of these. And he just leaves the rapier, and he goes, and if you don't need it, ever, which everybody needs a weapon at the end of the day, then you can sell it. But
he looks at the weapon, says, I certainly will not deny that a weapon kept safe from the children, of course, could do good in these uncertain times that we are being attacked and such. So, very grateful. Thank you.
it's not for me. Stay safe, agent. And he's going to
Stay safe, agent. Did you say?
Adrian.
Adrian. Okay.
And he's stay safe, agent. Just like fucking just ODST drop pod out of there. Yeah. Backwards drop pod out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
No, he's just gonna give him a very curt nod.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna tell him his reasons for it. But for OOC, he kind of saw, when he saw earlier in the game, Irene and the kids playing together, he kind of saw something that he never really got to have. And he wanted to protect that a little bit. So he's just kind of giving away that rapier. It's 25 gold worth, so, it can still help a fair bit.
Sure.
Use the daggers, like, they ain't gonna fucking use anything else.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just kind of going to go out to where the cart is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in another room simultaneously, Alexander gets a small heart pain from something like something bad just happened. I guess that was what he wanted.
Yeah, I have a long sword and I'm proficient in it, but I have 0 strength. But I'm proficient in rapiers.
Hey, you missed the cart on that one, my friend.
Yeah, but Adrian
It's
is
okay.
very.
I've got a dagger if you want it.
I mean, honestly, considering he came with nothing, a dagger wouldn't be bad for him to.
Yeah, so on your cart trip, you could discuss such things.
I have proficiency in martial weapons, so I could switch for a dagger for a longsword, you know.
Yeah, a longsword, you'd have a -1 to damage, though.
Yeah, it would, but
D8
still, 1d10 and -1 isn't that bad.
Yeah, sure. It could up
Yeah,
to
it's terrible.
0 to 9 damage.
Yeah, exactly. That's not terrible.
No, it's good.
But yeah, this is a backup weapon.
Right.
But yeah, Azim's gonna just like quietly make his way out. Almost as though like he's gonna make it look on the way out that he was just kind of examining the place as though it's a property he's going to buy or some like asshole shit.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like him.
Yeah, you know, he's gonna make it look like that and go, shame this place is crumbling away. And he's going to just kind of make his way out.
Yeah.
Are we going or what?
Yeah, and you've got things set up. You've got your horses that you can attach to the cart to not have to pull the cart yourselves, and get moving. Is there anything you want to do before you leave the brewery? Winery?
Not at 3, certainly.
Not for Alexander.
I'm gonna just ask around if there's any maps of the area we could use.
As you ask that, they say, no, maps are a rare commodity. I don't unfortunately have. We don't take map making as a part of our craft.
That's alright, just curious. Shame. He's just gonna get into the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But, you get onto the road again
On the road again.
and travel through the forests again. You venture back up the hill to the crossroads where the sign that says winery goes the way you came from, and then you have the road to your right where you went to the hill, and left back to where you imagine where you saw the sign for Cresby.
And yes, and I believe last time I had heavily examined the bridge, so I feel more secure about it.
Yes, you did. You did do that. Though you are several miles from that crossroad. This is the first one where you just come out of the winery.
My bad.
And you take a left turn, travel on this muddy road, go through the orchard, the overgrown orchard, and there's the building with a broken window. There's the scarecrow standing amongst the trees, and do you only pass through that? Yes, Irina did come with you. Yeah.
You just fucking leave her alone.
It could also be that you're at the orchard and like, isn't there like someone we're missing?
Are we missing someone?
Irina's just like full on sprinting to catch up.
Yeah. At the same time,
Detective
there's another scene in the cellar of the winery where she's half through a second bottle and like, they left me.
Oh no, Irina is new wine out.
Oh,
Irina! No, she came with you and is on the cart probably. I mean, she would be at this point because you've noticed that she wasn't very used to walking a lot. But now she's gotten a bit more accustomed to it. So actually, she's insisting on walking. Whoever is like sitting in the cart with the barrels, if anyone offers her to sit there, she wouldn't.
She's got those calloused feet now.
No, she's
ready.
she needs to experience the real adventure of life.
Like, oh, honey. No, you don't.
I mean, she has for a while now.
Yeah. She almost killed someone last time.
She almost did, yeah. And she, you continue on this muddy path through the orchard. After someone gets like a, did we leave Irina? She's just that. She's walking
behind the car like,
looking around.
You motherfuckers.
Like,
yeah. I get that often, she says.
She's like a lost puppy. She just kind of follows us around.
She's ahead of the group. She's like, I'm leading you guys.
Yeah, exactly. She's like,
sorry, what? Did you guys hear something?
But you venture through the orchard and continue on the muddy path for several more miles. You set up camp for or sit down for lunch. What pace are you traveling at? I haven't asked this before, but let's say, are you doing I mean, I guess with a cart, it's hard to do a fast pace, but are you doing like a...
And hard to do a sneaky pace.
And hard to do a sneaky pace, but are you doing a slower or a medium pace? I guess in the muddy road, it's hard to do medium pace regardless, because it's...
I'd like to get a medium pace. I just need to get the Kresk, and we can keep an eye out and deal with whatever might need to be dealt with, I suppose.
Is a medium pace 30 foot, like 30 foot movement?
I mean, it's in traveling terms, it's like a certain amount of miles per day.
Okay, I was just going to say if Azim could potentially do any scouting in the meantime.
That's what I was gonna say too. I was like, I feel like roguey people would be kind of scouting around as we go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That is the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you do slow travel, it's easier to stay alert. If you do normal pace, it's harder, and if you do fast pace, it's even harder.
Fast pace is impossible to stay alert. Fast pace is you're barreling through at top speed.
I think it's specifically like -5 to passive perception as you're traveling.
Yeah.
But like any active perception checks we can make to spot any baddies.
Yeah, I mean,
Irene is like walking ahead, testing out this cloak, looking at things.
Oh yeah, you've got your new cloak.
It's so fancy.
Yes.
I just want us to keep a standard pace.
It also would actually adjust to your size because it's a magic item.
Yeah.
So at first, it looks like too big.
At first, it looks like it's made for someone way taller than you.
Yeah, but as you
if
attune to it, it sort of adjusts to your body and
yeah.
attunes with you.
It's no longer
Uh,
dragging on the ground
Yeah,
behind.
no.
The eyes are like blinking in the dust.
The eyes grow like little lashes when it becomes part of Irene's thing. Get like little
Yeah.
anime eyes.
They get red because there's dust in them. Like,
Oh.
One of them's
And
like
then it
mouth
fixes itself.
deformed, and it's like, hey, watch it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no mouths on it. Otherwise, it might have things to say.
Imagine just like a cloak of eyes and
It's
it's
just Azim's
Yeah.
voice in my head saying that.
Yeah.
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 Man,
Is there a cloak of mouths?
finding psychic whispers in this game is in D&D Beyond is annoying.
Finding
Oh.
psychic whispers. But you have
Yeah.
to go into the ability and click it.
Yeah, I'm
Because
currently looking
it's
for it.
so a lot of text. You have to go to psionic powers, and then you have because there's a wall of text, and if that were in the features and traits, it would just be clogged with text.
All right. Let's have a look. See. Psionic whispers. There we go. Psychic whispers. Once per long rest. There we go. I'm gonna psychic whispers whilst we're traveling, in case shit goes down, and we can keep an eye out and just like keeping that local network going up.
Okay.
Equal
Can you
to
hit
proficiency
everybody?
bonus, which would be +3, I believe. Yep. No, 3 people. Which originally was fine, but we've got more people now, so. I'm going to do it with the sensible-minded people here, which would be Etri. So it'd be Etri, Alexander, Etri, and
it's just Edry.
Just
Etri,
Etri.
and Etri,
Edry.
and Etri. Jeez. Etri, Alexander, and Irene.
Okay.
Because
Poor Ronan, man.
As long as it kind of feels like
Ronan.
as long as it's not Ronan, it's all good.
Ronan is a dirty little addict, and I don't trust him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a Charlie turd, and I don't trust him right now. So no, thank you. He ate kids. Not
One day.
you've got-
One day you'll be
Okay,
trusted with the psychic whispers again, my friend. But not today's
I
not the
wanna
day.
I wanna talk to you in your mind.
Yeah.
He's gonna get messaged just to do that.
Oh yeah. You
Specifically for that, and I'm only
I'm
going
here
to be
too.
messaging you.
yeah. Only messages.
Like,
I see everyone else
you
is
just-
snitching like you're talking to them. Why you not talk to me?
you just see it. You just see us talking, and then Ronan's just like pointing at me angrily, casting the message spell.
Current
So-
point.
Roll
better watch
roll
out.
the d8 to see how many hours this lasts.
Oh yeah. Bleh.
Remember, no whammies.
1.
1
What?
hour. Okay, for the next hour as you're traveling.
Just to keep a brief window of time.
Yeah.
I used it my once per day. Then I can use my other
Yeah.
ones.
You can,
That's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you continue traveling after your lunch break, and an hour passes. Nothing disturbs your travels, and then you continue. And an hour and a half later, things disturb you. No. No, you travel and with the normal pace, you are not that long after your lunch break that you come to the crossroads again, where you have one road going back to Valaki and one going to Kresk, and the bridge that's crossing to the left in the direction of Kresk. And now we have the well-scouted Etri Bridge.
Yeah. So is this? We're going towards Kresk, right? We're going towards Kresk.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna scout the bridge out a little bit. I'm gonna hop off the cart for a brief moment and just Yeah, just hold my hand up. Use my psychic whispers again, and hopefully it doesn't fuck me.
Sure, make a roll a d8.
I'm gonna roll it with beep bop beep beep bop beep. D8. There we go. Hey, baby.
Hey, there you
8
go.
hours. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, Etri has inspected this, but is Etri satisfied with his previous exploration?
I don't know if she's gone yet.
Don't think he's back yet.
Oh, he went. All right.
He BRB'd.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can make a perception check as you get closer to the bridge.
Okay. Percepzione. 19.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
You see a stone bridge and nothing seems to be off with it.
Okay. I look around the sides of the bridge. I see where you're going with this. I look around the sides of the bridge.
Yeah. You
I check for spiders.
Yeah. You've got your spider senses tingling, and you are quite certain that there is no spider ambush happening on this bridge,
I got 300
or other troll or other kind of thing.
You sure? Absolutely. You don't mess with me.
I'm certain, and there is also, in comparison to the previous bridge that just crossed a crevice of dirt, this has a river running from right to left.
Oh, okay. And just because of my 300-foot dark vision, do I see anything else out in the distance?
I mean, it's not dark, so you don't see anything else.
300 foot that can be dark vision.
Sure.
The chance of 300-foot dark vision.
Yeah, is this? I presume like 300-foot dark vision. And you could tell me if I'm wrong. Would that also act similar to normal vision? Like you can see in the dark with that vision. But does that vision extend to 300 foot anyway? Yeah.
I mean, you can
I think
see
you could
300
see-
feet in light.
Yeah.
Everyone can.
All right. Never mind.
Yeah.
You can see until like a mountain blocks your view or something.
Yeah. Like you can see, humans can see miles. Look out the window. You can probably see 300.
If you're on a flat plane, you see
The
far.
whole world out there.
Yeah,
Don't believe it.
There's a whole world there.
I actually humbly subscribe to the render distance belief. So thank you.
Of course,
Oh.
of course.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go.
Oh.
Okay, but that also begs a question. What is your GPU like? Because that,
I'm running on a potato, baby. We're going all day.
Okay, so we're on tiny.
We got that Windows 95.
We're on Windows 32-bit systems here, man. We're doing great.
Yes. Yeah. No. You can safely cross the bridge and more than 300 feet of what appears to be safe travel.
Whoa, that's pretty
Here's-
intense.
Yeah. It's hard to believe, but that's the case. This dungeon is super boring because there's 300 feet of nothing.
I like simple dungeons. It's been a while, okay?
It's nice not to fight everything and anything, you know?
And,
You all are arguing this. Alexander's just gonna be like, nope, I'm gonna take the safe route and see y'all there.
Yep. No, I feel like this session is extra silly, you know?
Yeah. As you feel safe and you get the cart to about the middle point of the bridge, and you think you're gonna travel forward with it, you do, and then you cross the bridge, and then you continue traveling for a few more hours.
Woo, no spiders.
And you, after a few more hours of safe travel, you see that the road branches to the right and climbs up a rocky escarpment ending at a gatehouse built into a 20-foot high wall of stone reinforced with buttresses every 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur. Let's move over to this here.
Oh, wow.
Beyond the wall, you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin white wisps of smoke. The somber toll of bells comes from a stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting, a welcome change from the deathly silence and oppressive fog to which you have grown accustomed. It's hard to tell at this distance, but it seems that there is a switchback road clinging to the cliff that leads up from the walled settlement to the abbey. And the path continues forward into more forest, and then this branch to the right, which you very much assume is Kresk.
Well, no time like the present.
Presents?
I didn't say
Mine's
that.
the present.
Living is the present. Well, okay, maybe not.
Yes, life is a gift.
You've seen this place sits above the fog, right?
What?
This place sits above the fog. Like the nasty ass kind of fogginess that kind of covers most of the land.
Looking at it, you can see in the far distance above the forest that's behind the settlement, next to the mountain that this abbey is built onto, is a wall of fog that is far in the distance. But as you walk up the sort of winding path that leads up to this settlement, one thing you notice is that there is a secondary path from this trail that leads into the forest in a general direction similar to the one that you were traveling from. The fog that hugs the ground appears to also be hugging it here.
Okay. This place doesn't like this place seems kind of ideal, but it's a little bit. I don't like it. Mm-mm.
Yeah. But as you get closer to the settlement, you feel the air growing colder as you get close, and you can see two square towers with peaked roofs flanking a stone archway into which is set a pair of 12-foot tall iron-bound wooden doors. Carved into the arch above the doors is the name Kresk. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high, and atop the parapet you can see 4 figures wearing fur hats and clutching spears, looking at you nervously.
Offer them a wave, I suppose, as we approach.
One of them you can see wave back and say, "Who goes there?"
Weary travelers with a gift for the city, I suppose.
Delivery.
We come from the Wizards of Wine Winery.
And both sides you can see start talking to each other, and the one who first addressed you says, "I will go get the burgomaster. Hold on a moment."
Jesus, if we have a fucking burgomaster.
And
This place must be great for grills.
the figure disappears from the wall, while the others stay put. And another one, as this first one is gone, says, "So are those all barrels filled with wine? Yeah."
Yep.
Well,
We can actually, I should ask first, is there like a tap or a cork anywhere on them, or are they just sealed up for now?
I think you have to create the tap. Like,
Okay.
so I don't think
Then
there is
never
a
mind.
tap at the moment. No. Because can you, like, when you deliver barrels, I don't think they have a tap. Because that
Actually-
might leak.
Actually, if it's been set up as a barrel, now this is from my experience of buying cider, not wine, but I'm aware that it doesn't differ too much. You can buy barrels of wine and cider which have a keg tap on them, and it's like hermetically sealed and all that sort of shit. So
Okay.
you can have a sealed barrel, which when you activate the tap, it unseals the inside of the wine barrel. Then you got to
Okay.
drink it before a certain amount of time before obviously it goes bad, so on and so forth. Cider you got to drink within the day, but wine you can make it last for like a good few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say that there is a tap, because when I googled it, I just found the barreltap.com, and I don't think that has the answers that I'm looking for.
Okay.
No, they're built with like a metal tap in them.
Yeah,
If that's
there's
the
a
case-
tap that you can open. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that's the case, after that second guard is all, so you've got wine there. I'm just gonna say like, well, we can kind of show it off, I suppose, but I didn't really expect to be having a drink about now.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
object. And I go to, play a bit of a bad cop. Go to twist the tap a little bit.
The figure says, "No, it's about time. It's been a while."
Well,
Might
come down
be out
here.
of a,
Sorry, go on.
you might be without a variety for a little bit, but you'll have some.
Better than nothing.
You want to come down here and have a drink? And he just taps the barrel.
He says, "Let's wait for the burgomaster."
Sure.
That sounds like a good idea.
So-
So after a while, you see. Let's see here. You see that the gates are being opened, and behind it is the man that you previously saw on the top of the wall, but also a secondary man, a man with a long black hair that goes to his mid back, with a small black beard, or a mustache with a well, I guess I can just show.
Hooray!
This
There
is
he
the guy
is.
you see. There you go.
What a fancy man.
Yeah.
Hello, face.
With a widow's peak. It's
Hey.
Strahd.
Oh, yeah. Well, damn it. I spoiled it. Okay. Alright, next
I
adventure.
knew it! He's the
We killed
mountain.
him.
You immediately shoot him.
Damn, he's a big man.
No. I mean, okay, let's make him size appropriate. then,
It's
I
fine, it's fine. I'm just kidding.
guess. He's there.
Aw, in the distance.
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Are you
sir,
okay
so
over
far
there?
away.
Right, cool.
Let's zoom in.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, he sort of greets you all with a smile and says, "I've heard the great news of us getting some new wine. Please, come inside, saviors of Kresk."
That's
Saviors. I
a
can
bit
get used
much,
to this.
I,
Take your
I,
money.
Yeah.
I accept.
And
My feet up.
you get into the town. Let's see here. You can see a mist-shrouded village, which is a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch between stands of snow-dusted pine trees. So many trees, in fact, that it constitutes a forest. To the northeast, grey cliffs rise sharply and the road winds up to the abbey. Is easy to see from this vantage. And this man that is bringing you in says, "My name is Dmitry Kreskov. I am very glad to see that we have wine back." And he sort of looks around. He sees there's like a kid standing very curious, not too far away, and says, "Boy, why don't you go and tell the town that we have wine again, and we shall have a feast." A great...
It's only like 3 barrels, so like... My
he says,
dude.
"I believe that is enough. We are only a small community."
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's plenty.
And he takes you into the town square. You can see this town is. Let's see here. Do we have? Man, one problem is that I've got like too many maps, and I don't know which is which and all that. He brings you to a sort of a larger square and says, "You may place the barrels here, and we shall make sure that everyone gets their wine if they need it."
That sounds
Says,
good to me.
Tell me, who are you, and how have you gotten your hands on some wine from the Wizards of Winery? Did you learn of why it was not available for such a long time?
We have. It was caused by some more nature-loving folk and their plant creations.
Druids.
They overran the winery, and the family was moved out. But also, the means of producing these wines was lost to them as well, and so now one of them is returned.
He says, "Do you speak of the forest folk?"
Yes, the forest folk.
Well, that is interesting news. But I'm glad that you have managed to get the wine production into order again. I'll tell you, there is no place in this town where you can find sleep unless you help someone with their business. We are a community more than a town. So no taverns. But I would be happy to accommodate you if you wish to join me and my family for a supper tonight.
I think we would love that. And Ronan, maybe you can skip the pies for today?
Well, Alexander has the last slice, so I'll just take that, and then after that last slice, we can skip the pies.
Mm, I don't think you should have that last piece.
I'll be fine, Tree. Don't worry.
Do I know that I'm still connected to this psychic hotline?
You say oogity boogity in your head.
Yeah, I'd say you feel it's sort of a presence in your head that
little tether on the back of your head.
yeah.
It's currently connected to me, Etri, and Alexander.
Yeah, no,
And Irene.
No, it's just 3 people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm the source, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it is everyone except Ronan and Irina.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just the 3 of
I'm
us.
sorry. I'm not sorry, but I gotta keep the trend going, my dude.
So as the so feeling the connection, Alexander's not even gonna look up to his book, but he's gonna speak to the 2 of you and say, I already threw it away.
Already threw what away?
The pie.
Oh, good shit.
Alright, then let's see if the great Ronan has some self-control before the fallout.
Either that or I'm gonna die by bonfire.
Also, just out of
And not
curiosity,
before he dies by a dagger.
the 2 of you, does this, to the 3 of you, does this town seem a little bit too quiet for you?
Well,
No, this is lovely.
As you say that, you can see people from all sorts of avenues and directions coming to here, and you would have seen like a person somewhere just walking, but it wasn't like a very busy street or anything like that. But now that apparently the word has gotten out, you can hear and see people on their way toward this area.
Yes, wine brings people together.
Yeah. Also, Irina would also mention at this point, because she's there.
What?
That, she would say,
Oh God, you're here.
Where do you come from? Who are you?
I've been here all along, but
Who's this strange religious lady in my cart?
I am Irina Kolyana. and she approaches the.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Have we not talked yet? Maybe we haven't. Well.
Zim has no history with this
fighting. Good fighting on that hill.
Wow. You really are another level of social awkwardness, aren't you? I thought I was bad.
We were kind of on opposite sides of the battlefield, so it's easy to forget.
Hey, what? I came and helped you out. Welcome.
Yes. I'm very grateful.
I'm sure you are. He's just kind of being a dick, you know?
Yeah. So she would also introduce herself to the burgomaster. Say, my name is Irina Kolyana. I am the sister of the burgomaster of the village of Barovia. Have you heard the news of the previous burgomaster passing away? And Dmitri answers, yes, I am very sorry for your loss. But it is good to see that you are maintaining good relations with other towns. I would be glad to speak some politics tonight.
Ugh, politics.
Finally, something interesting.
Disgusting.
Irene and Ronan vomit on the side.
Just from the sound
Yeah.
that
Jim actually loves the sound of all this politics. This is kind of more of his courthouse, really.
Okay. You have fun with that.
But as you're here in this sort of town center kind of thing, the people are gathered, like everyone comes along, and Dimitri sort of addresses them all, says, this fine group of people have brought us wine, and you hear the cheering from this crowd of people, and it's really like 30 people that you can see who have gathered, and Dimitri continues and says, we are going to, of course, share this wine in a way that everyone gets their share. So make sure to not take too much for yourself, and we shall bring cups and necessary equipment. And he sees people already with their cups and says, I see that some of you already have considered that part, so good job. But you may take part in this wine, and we are, of course, as per usual, not taking too much of it in a too short of a span, because then we don't have any wine before the next shipment. And he kind of turns to you and says, which is also coming. You managed to help them out so they can continue producing wine?
Yes, one of their white wines, I believe.
It would be a red wine. Wait, no. Let's say this is actually the white wine. So yes, you say that, and that's what it is.
I don't know. We got a green gem. I thought that we were gonna make green grapes, and we were gonna make white wine.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point.
How dare you bring logic into this session?
Okay, look,
This
I
is
know
actually-
that I'm the only
That's the
lawful character
point.
here, but like, come on, guys.
That's a
Excuse
good
me.
point. Which gem did the green gem make? Which
A
wine?
new type of green wine?
It makes. I mean, so I might change the name of these wines, but it's purple grape mash number 3, which is not really white.
Purple
good.
gem for that
Great.
one.
But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
it creates the Vin du Blanc.
White wine.
Yeah.
So white wine.
Yeah, Vin du Blanc.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you
maybe.
go.
Woo,
Are they French
intricate
all of a
universe.
Yeah, because
Oh.
they are French. Well, the names are French. The
C'est
people-
magnifique.
Oh,
Welcome to Barovia.
this is a very good thing, eh?
I've been hanging out with.
Why do you think I have this ridiculous accent?
But so it's white wine, and as you respond that they're able to produce that, you hear this crowd celebrating that as well. And do you like as this procedure is happening? People are bringing their cups of wine, and everyone gets some to drink because they've been without wines for so long that they can't hold themselves. Is anyone
And
else
these guys are really-
partaking in this winery?
Ronan would go
Yep.
to the burger master and just ask, like, do you know about any magic shops either in this town or like a town nearby? Just anything that sells magic stuff.
Let's have him actually roll a check on that. Let's say it's a DC. Just a DC 10.
That's rough.
He says to you, as I am bringing up what precisely is inside of this town. There we have it. He says, unfortunately, in this town we do not have any magic shop. There is well, if there were, it would have to be old Katerina, who has a sort of a collection of whatever has been gathered around. So if you find, and he kind of points in that direction, says there is a building where there is a sign that says Lady Kate's Wonder Imperium. You could go and see if she has anything of interest. Otherwise, I don't know of any magic shop.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Though, speaking of shops, I see that you are not really settled or dressed for the cold climate.
No, quite not.
There is the Swift House is a tailor. Wait, no. Taylor Swift is the tailor.
What?
Is it actually? No.
Yeah.
What's their first name?
It is Mr. Taylor. Last name Swift.
Oh my lord.
He funnily enough, is also the tailor in town, along with his wife Steph. You can find the Swift House in that direction, and points to another direction. And says they could sell you some cold weather clothing if you are freezing. And I mean, whoever isn't resistant to cold, which I don't think anyone is, would feel that, yeah, it's a bit cold. Some cold weather clothes might help.
Yes, I would love some.
Likewise.
That sounds like a good idea, yes.
And he says, especially since winter is coming.
No.
No.
No. Too many references in a short succession.
It's too much. I can't.
You know, nothing on Jon Snow.
It literally says that he says, we have some snow, but this is only autumn, and we have winter coming soon. So in that, if you are staying here until that, I would highly recommend some winter clothing. But yeah, you have your moment there. Do you wish to converse? And some of the people will, as they have been informed that you are the ones that brought them wine, will come up to you and thank you individually. Like, very very thankful. This is a lifesaver. I was very much in withdrawal. And just happens to look at Ronan, no particular reason.
Withdrawals.
Suppose there's any particular issues your town's having?
Are you asking this random person or the
I
burgomaster?
thought we were talking. Yeah, Burgomaster.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
old burger boy.
Yeah. No, a random guy just came up and told you, thanked you. But as you ask the burgomaster, he says, "Well, as I mentioned, the winter is approaching fast, and we have had some shortage in the livestock." Oh, wait, now my sound just vanished. Hold on.
Bitch.
No.
But I mean, the Burgomaster's preparing me a sandwich.
Hear anything
Because that'd be sweet poetry, my dude.
now?
Yes, no.
Yeah,
Please
Now?
deliver it.
Now,
No,
I can,
please.
now I can hear it.
Sammy, where's my sandwich? Sammy.
my headset just turned off. That's
Oh,
fine.
weird.
Oh, you said your sandwich just turned up. I was like, great, Sammy, just bring it on over here, my
Yeah,
dude.
no sandwich.
I mean, he could fly it to you.
Bring it over.
Yeah, no. So he says that we have had some shortage of livestock this year. So that is our problem at the moment, but I'm sure that we will fix it.
All right, never mind. Sorry, I just every place we come across has this strange problem that needs fixing, and this figured out might get in for the target practice.
He says, "Well, actually, there was a problem, but the good abbot solved it. My son died a few weeks ago, but I brought him to the abbot on top of the." Or at the abbey, and points up to the abbey that overlooks the town. And says, and he resurrected my son, which is a wonderful thing.
All right, he can resurrect people.
That
Well-
he can indeed.
That's quite the skill.
Irina, why did you need to go again?
She says, well, I need to. Well, I wish to stay with you, and if we were to dine in the evening, maybe you can spare me a moment addressing Dmitri, and we can speak of some politics.
Sure. I meant, weren't you coming here to go visit the abbot or something like that? Could have sworn you mentioned something like that. Like you're coming here with us for a reason, right?
She says, well, yes, I have been intending on. I don't intend on the abbey, but to my understanding, there is a site for the Morning Lord in the town. And,
Oh, right.
Dimitri says, yes, indeed, we have a pool that we get our water from, and that is also a site for prayer in this town. There is a what's it called? There is a gazebo in which there is a symbol for the Morning Lord. Yes. And she says, yes, I was going to see that. Do you wish to go there now? looking at the whole party. Or do you wish to not go there and I can go there myself?
I'll. You know what? I'll go with you if you want.
I have a stop I want to make, but I can meet you guys there after I'm done.
Oh. Okay.
I think I'll stay around with Alex if you don't mind. But between the two parties, I think we should eventually make it to the abbot.
What? Why?
What do you mean,
Just
why?
say hi. Why else?
What
Don't
do
you
you
want to
mean-
introduce yourself?
In your mind, why do we need to go to the abbot?
Ah, god damn it.
Well, that's where she needs to go. That's not where I'm going.
So Dimitri sort of gestures in a direction not to the abbey, but down the road, as he mentions,
right.
there is a small pond with a gazebo.
That's right. We need to visit Costello, not Abbott.
Sorry. Who? Like, I can't stress enough that I don't feel like Azim's ever been told about any of this. Was I told about this?
I'm certainly not talking. I'm not mentioning this in character. I'm being annoying.
Like,
You're
it seems
just being
like,
sarcastic
great.
out of character.
Damn, that's character development.
I'm not even
Costello, Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello.
Oh my god.
This is some
Google
highbrow
that.
nerd
It's
joke you're
a
making.
comedy duo. Okay.
Okay.
They did Who's on First, right?
Well,
This is some highbrow joke
It's
you're making.
an American
I
comedy duo.
believe
from...
so, but I have no idea. I only know their name because it's fun to say.
It's a reference from the U.S. In the 40s or the 30s.
Oh man.
It is. They did Who's on First, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an old reference for people in the U.S. So I did not know that. But
All of our old people that watch this are gonna love it.
yeah.
The D&D crowd that was around in the 40s, they're gonna love this.
All of the really
guy
old people that watch
accents.
this are.
For those who haven't seen it, go watch Who's on First by Abbott and Costello. It's really funny.
I mean, I've seen it in the chat link now. So
Who's on first? Okay.
All right. Well, I'm
Watch it
going to
later.
make sure that Alex doesn't knock on and then bust into some nice family's
He would
house.
never.
I can't do
He
that.
literally
Irene's
did in
not
like
with me.
the first 3 sessions.
Irene's not with
To
me.
be fair, it's because we were lost and didn't have directions, and we asked nicely, and we have directions now, so we're fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
suppose if you're going out and doing your own thing, that you could perhaps make sure to secure us an inn for the night that we can meet up back up at, and just I head tap and telepathy. Just let me know.
like you said,
you-
this is a suburb. This is not a city. We're not going to find a tavern.
Yeah. Are you saying this near Dimitri?
I'm saying this whilst we're with each other, and then just head tapping and saying, if anything goes down, just use the old link.
The Burgermaster did offer for us to stay with them tonight as a.
Oh, I know tonight. I meant in general,
Oh,
because
gotcha.
presumably, he's not going to be like, great, just bunk in my house for all of eternity.
I mean, we did bring wine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, something about this whole place is just it's too chummy around here. Don't like it.
As long as the wine lasts. Okay, so Irene is going to Taylor Swift.
Ronan would want to go see this Katerina person.
Katerina?
Yeah.
The one, the one that's selling
Has a collection of stuff.
collection of stuff. Yeah.
like a Catalina wine mixer.
Okay, so only Azim and Irina are going to the gazebo.
That's some good one-on-one time.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Too much.
So we're splitting the group in 3.
We are? What?
Where is Alexander going?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
My
man.
good shot.
Alexander wants to find a trade store or a shop of some kind.
I should go around as like
Yeah.
a shopping group.
Because Irene is going to Taylor Swift.
Sorry, I just really have to go see Taylor Swift and get some cool clothes.
Yeah, and
I'll go to Taylor Swift after
Okay.
Katarina, by the way.
Okay, so
How about we go together to the Taylor Swift's, and then I'll go with you to the Katarina thing.
If anything,
yeah.
Etri should
That
go
sounds
with
good.
Etri should go with them, so we have a link with each group.
yeah, how far away is it? 1,000 feet? It's a mile or something stupid. But I think you have to see each other.
To establish a connection, I
Well,
believe, yeah.
It would not make sense if it could be a mile long and you have to see each other to talk with each other.
No, it's so. Hold
Only
on.
when you cast or start it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have to see.
hold on. I gotta find it again. I don't know where it keeps
I think we
going.
would know this by now, but it is complicated.
You would hope so,
Reverse.
but no.
Can speak telepathically.
Okay.
You and the other must be within 1 mile of each other.
No, it just says as long as you're
Ready to
within 1
speak.
mile. You need to see them to establish the link, but you don't need
Yeah,
to see them to continue it.
First time to use this power each. Alright.
Otherwise, can you imagine how awkward that'd be? Like you have to like just
You can
poke your head
establish-
out of the foxhole just to be
I'm
like,
up on the
hey,
roof wherever you are.
yeah.
yeah, I mean it's you establish the connection, and for the
Great.
next 8 hours, I guess in this case, you can
Maybe.
telepathically communicate. So, I mean it's really like if it just goes through everything. Well, tell you what, let's take a 10-minute break until full o'clock, whatever hour it is, as we are splitting the party, and I'll just double check the walkie-talkie, and
Walkie-talkie.
I'll mute the stream. So talk to you in 10.
Be back at 10.
Okay, hello. We're back. And we've lost Etri because selling stuff is fun.
It was a terrible accident.
It was a terrible accident, and he's pressured in our memories. Pressured?
Preserved.
I like pressured.
He's pressured in our what? I
into
don't
our
even know.
memories.
He
Yeah.
better sell some good stuff.
No, but also I think that it makes sense because there's appears to be a thing about telepathy and this 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin
Yeah,
sheet
so,
of 3 feet of wood.
Hey guys. Sorry, it just says Jeremy Crawford even says nothing on it, so there's little to no writing on it, mate.
Mhm.
But it says to send or receive a message. This is rules as written in what it is. You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other. It doesn't say anything about having to see them. It doesn't say anything about having to look lovingly and intimately into their eyes. You know, it just says
But
you have to be within 1 mile, and it happens to send
it-
and receive messages.
But looking lovingly into each other's eyes is more preferable, I would say.
Yeah.
Up to you, mate. Honestly, you run your spell knife however you want to.
Yeah.
If they have to,
Yeah.
if your soul knife has to look at somebody and they have to get like the mental, ooh, you touch my shalalala, then honestly, you run that however you want to.
Yeah.
That's what Irene
Um,
thinks has to happen. So every time it happens, she makes direct and really aggressive
Long
eye
and awkward.
contact.
Yeah.
She's
High impact affection.
trying really hard.
Yeah.
Touch my shalala.
Yeah. All right. Let's
My ding ding dong.
let's run it like that, and if it becomes absolutely broken at some point, that's good for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's rules as written, my dude.
Yeah,
It doesn't say anything else.
Sammy will just find a way to break us.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
A boulder falls on you. Oh, make it.
Oh.
Oh no!
Surprise!
Splat.
There's just a
but no.
constant dispel magic whenever you do that.
Everything
I
is
guess it's
surrounded
not
in
magic,
lead.
is it?
As far as I'm aware, the community has. I mean, probably the community always has issues with these things, but the community has no direct out call that they have to see them after the link is made. You have to make the link by seeing them,
Yeah.
and you have to go like basically you have to in your head go okay, you and you, and that's it.
Yeah. I think if any change to it would be is the same restrictions as message has, that you have to
No,
speak
no.
to each other. Their
No, that's kind of bullshit. Because then you have to be like, oh, I do that for Warlock or the Warlock classes, and oh, look, now telepathy is completely invalid. You know, like,
I mean,
great.
telepathy
Why
is always-
the fuck would I use telepathy if I could just point to somebody and get a message cantrip? At all.
Sure.
Great.
That's true.
You know?
Just connects multiple people instead of just one.
Yeah.
One is one-time message.
Okay, I mean, in the sense of if I had to see them all the time, and suddenly someone ducks around a corner going, well, that's my network gone.
I mean, it wouldn't be
You know?
broken, but that you sort of have to communicate with them. You
I'd
just-
probably lessen the reach of it to like 90 feet,
Yeah. Good.
but because 1
Yeah.
mile's a bit much.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna roll with whatever's written right now because
Yeah.
it gives me a better advantage, baby.
Sure. And,
Ba-doom-tsh.
and
Ba-doom-tsh.
I am accepting it. So let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. So you all split the party as one does, but shoppers decided to go in one way, all in the same shop at the same time. So let's go with that first. As Azim and Irene leave in the direction of the river, or not the river, the pond. The others, which one are you heading to first?
I believe me, or Irene. Yeah, God, why am I struggling? I believe that we're going to the Taylor Swift first.
To Swift's Swift store.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The Swift house. Well, you come to you walk down the street. You come to a building that has the Swift house written on top of the door, and as you enter the house, it mostly looks like a home that is being lived in, but you can see also clothes set up on mannequins and some shelves, and you can see this short man with no hair and what's it called, the mutton chops.
Yes.
He's in the process of straightening some clothes, and he sees you all enter and goes, welcome. We have visitors. That is good. Can I help you? Are you in need? You seem to not wear good clothes for this kind of climate. Is that why you're here?
That is exactly why we're here, actually.
Oh.
And also to bring you some of the wine.
Which, yes, by the way, we brought back the wine, so, we're pretty great and awesome.
We're kind of big deals.
So, yeah, we could give this place some nice, good reputation because of our deeds we've done for this village.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, 100%. It's +3. Okay.
Alright.
It doesn't matter if I don't.
He looks at you, says, all right, old man. That's good to hear. Wine. Finally, and I'm not much of a drinker, but it is good for the people of Kresk. So, I can see that you are... you've been traveling. Your clothes are not looking too... how do you say? Well put. What kind of an attire are you looking for specifically? Only winter clothes or other kinds of...
Yeah, I think we're just looking for something to help us out at the winter.
That's boring. All right. I see you have big backpacks filled with, I assume, wonderful things. Do you happen to have any interesting pieces of clothing with you, perhaps? Also,
Nope.
I assume Alexander was with in this?
Nope. Alexander went to the other store.
Oh, you went straight to the other store?
Mm-hmm.
You went to the gym.
And then I was gonna go there.
Oh, okay. So you're doing... you're not all walking in the same... all right.
I think Etri is with us, so it's... He said he was coming with us, right?
Yeah.
So, Etri, Ronan, Irene.
He would have been with Alexander, because he's not exactly trusting of Alexander yet. Or no, wait, no, he said that
Etri isn't trusting of Alexander.
He's not trusting of you because he deemed Alexander to be smart in the group of children that you all are. So he trusts. I guess he
didn't want me to steal anything. He didn't want me to break into anybody's house. That's why he came with me.
Oh yeah, no, because you did break into a house. The first thing you did when you came into the lands of Barovia. So yeah, he would be with you. Yeah. So it's only the troublemakers, Ronan and Irene.
Unsupervised.
I'm just chilling out, having like a little lovely God moment with Arena right now. We're doing some gospels.
I'll get to you soon. He asks you if you have any. Do you have any particular garbs that could be of interest? I like trading in garbs. If you have anything,
I have a shirt stained with blood.
No, why?
Well, we're adventurers.
The one you're wearing right now, is that the one that you're talking about?
Yes.
He's gonna
Don't care for the ones you are wearing. As I said, you are not looking too dapper.
Whoa, throwing shade.
But no, nothing of looking at Irene. Do you have anything? I'm always interested in. You must be traveling around the lands. You must have found something of interest.
Oh yes. I have an old ghoul robe from when we fought ghouls. So I'll whip that out. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not gonna tell him it's a ghoul robe, but I'm gonna whip this out and sort of like
so you
move it around like
I have a ghoul robe.
No. That's me, player, saying I'm gonna whip this out.
Okay.
And I'm just like holding it up all majestically and like kind of like moving it a little so it flaps in the breeze that I'm creating with moving it around. I'm like, I found this beautiful, magnificent robe made of the finest
very
materials.
High quality.
He says,
this is a bargain.
He says, well, no, that's not really what I'm looking for. But speaking of cloaks, the one you're wearing, quite fancy. Would you care to trade it?
I wasn't really planning to trade this. I'm mostly just looking for winter clothes. And if it's just regular winter clothes, surely this robe has too much value to trade.
Fair enough. All right, well, so 2 winter clothes for the 2 of you. Is that all you need?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. For that, I would say that you get that for 2.5 gold pieces.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Ronan will pay for both of us, I guess. I think you have enough.
I love that we go in thinking we're gonna steal, and then we're like, no, that's a reasonable price.
Shut up and take my money.
Alright, you trade for 2 winter wear. Let's see here. There should be cold, clothing
or fur.
Cold. Oh, actually, now that I look at that, he would actually saying cold weather clothing. He sort of has some various clothes that he's sort of going through, and he looks at you, says, only the regular cold weather, or are you intending on some extreme cold weather clothing? I've got both.
How extreme is your winter?
Well, if you're not on the top of a mountain, if you were up in the by the abbey, for instance, you would probably want some more extreme cold weather clothing. but you would get by in the town without that kind of apparel.
Is there anything of interest up at the Abbey? Is it a tourist attraction?
No, it's a place where every day we hear the bells toll up there, and a lot of screaming happening. It is,
Oh yes, I will take the extreme cold clothing, please.
How much
In
would
that
the
case.
extreme cold be?
Well,
Are they screaming because they're cold up there?
I assume whoever is up there is.
Yes.
They are screaming of joy, I believe.
Yes.
In any case, let's go. Ronan, pay the man.
He says, well, for some proper cold weather clothing, I would say it's 10 gold per
Oh.
per
Whoa.
apparel.
I'm sorry. Do you remember what we did for this village?
Yes, very good of you. I'm sure the burgomaster will reward you properly for that. Yes. So, 10 gold.
Actually, he said to come here and that you were going to reward us.
Make a deception.
Yeah, he
check.
said that you would provide provide nice clothing.
He did tell us to come here.
He did tell you to
After.
come there. Yeah, sure. He says, well, I'm certain he looked at what you are wearing and said, oh, you need some cold weather clothing, and pointed you in my direction. That does not mean, unfortunately, that I can provide you with any sort of discount for that. So do you not have the money to pay?
I
Oh,
do have
now,
a
hold on.
bottle of wine. Would that sweeten the price a little?
A bottle of wine?
Yeah, from the winery.
Well, maybe someone who drinks could take that.
Yes, you could trade it for cool clothing.
Maybe if you go and trade it with someone else and come back with the money that you got for it.
Okay, fair.
Really?
This is becoming the thing where you take a paper clip and you try to trade it up to a house.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that, so I will walk out.
Okay, I'll walk out with it. I read it.
And I walk out into the street and I start asking people if they want to trade me for a bottle of wine.
You see people coming from the town center with the empty cups and say, no, thank you, there is wine in the
There's
town
more where
center."
that came from, my friends.
Yes, in the town square. Thank you. And continues walking.
Yeah.
That backfired so bad.
It's not the market at the moment, apparently.
Okay, Ronan. I think I messed up.
Listen, you know my invisible servant guy?
Oh, yes.
I can get him in there, and I can also make the shopkeeper go to sleep. I can make him laugh really hard. There's a lot of things we can do to not pay.
I have an idea. How about we go back in there? Well, I go back in there. And I start telling him jokes, and you make him laugh very hard. And while that's happening, can your invisible friend maybe snag some things from the back?
Yeah, I think we could try that.
Awesome.
Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah. Are there windows looking into the store or something?
Sure.
Okay. You want to do this right now, or you want to wait like 10 minutes?
Well, yeah, let's wait a few minutes and let him think that I'm trying to sell the wine. Because only a fool would try to sell the wine right now. That would be very dumb.
So you're starting to ritually cast.
Ritual cast.
Right on the street.
Yes.
Can we sneak around back?
You can sneak around back.
Or we can sneak around back. I'm fine with either.
Okay.
Because it is visual, like the casting is you're doing something arcane for a 10
And
Yeah, just
can I give
anywhere-
this to Ronan?
Oh, pretty much. I don't really care if other people see me. I just don't want the shopkeeper to see me.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if we need to make stealth checks, I'll give this to Ronan so that
Okay.
for the next hour.
So I guess we're going a little bit away.
Okay, walking a bit away. All right. So you let's say that you start doing that as we hop to Alexander and Etri doing their shopping round. So you're heading toward Lady Kate's Wonder Emporium?
Sure. I will go there.
Okay. You come to another one like these buildings with the sign above the door that says Lady Kate's Wonder Emporium. You open the door and find a shop with just a lot of shelves and tables filled with a variety of knickknacks and strange things. And you can see a woman who's got red hair that's sort of in almost like it's very voluminous, like a large head, except mostly of hair, and freckles on her face, maybe of 65 years old or something. And as you come in, says, hello. Oh, can I get you anything interesting? Does anything you see interest you, maybe?
First and foremost, because it is Alexander and I need to know, is there any books in here?
You look around for books. Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception. 18.
You look around and there are no books in here, no.
See, like, there's a small, like, wave of sadness across Alexander's face, but then he shakes it off and walks to the counter and says, actually, I'm looking for a pearl. Do you happen to sell any of those?
A pearl, you say?
Yes.
What kind of a pearl are you looking for? Just an ordinary...
I need a smaller size, easy to store and carry, but of good quality.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Dun, 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 dun. 11.
Okay. She contemplates for a moment, says, well, I might have a pearl somewhere here. Let's come with me. And she walks to one of the tables and starts, like, it's just a pile of stuff. And she sort of removes some of the stuff out of the way and then puts her hand into like a one area of the table that's filled with stuff and picks out a white pearl. Says, I think this is the only one I've got. Will it suffice if you're with your needs?
You see, Alexander just kind of chuckles, and he's like, "That I have been in that situation numerous times where you know exactly where something is, but no one will ever firmly believe that you do until you reach your hand in and pull it out because you are organized. No one else sees it."
Yes, indeed. That I tell people that all the time, and they just say it's a chaos in here. But no, I know where my things are.
Everything has its own place. I
Indeed
completely
it does.
understand. May I see the pearl?
She reaches her hand toward you to look at it.
Okay. I don't want to touch it. I want to be respectful. But does it look like the pearl is valued at about 100 gold? Because that's what I need to cast the identify spell.
Make an investigation check.
My passive investigation's a 19. Would you like me to make a roll?
That's fair. It's not a very complicated thing. You'd say that this is pretty much perfect for what you need.
Great. Perfect. I give a nod of approval and I say, I will be upfront with you, madam. I don't really have much coin on me, but I do have items for trade.
Well-
Do you barter with trade?
She looks around her store, says, I don't trade with money. I only trade with goods. What do you got?
Perfect.
Gets
The very
excited.
The very first thing I do is I reach into my my potato sack that I have because no one's ever offered me anything other than that. And it's one of those things, just like her. It's just a shake of like stuff in there, but he reaches one hand in and instantly pulls out the bottle of Red Dragon Crush. Says, "This is the first thing that I have to offer."
She looks at it and says, "Oh, that's just a bottle of Red Dragon Crush. Given it is a commodity now that there hasn't been, I've heard, any delivery for a while. But do you have anything interesting?"
Well, this is the start, and he puts it down on the table and says, "Well, my compatriots and myself actually just brought the delivery from the Wizard Winery.
Wizards of Winery.
Wizards of Wine Winery.
Wizards of
Wine Winery. However, it's not this brand, so this would give you a chance to have a variety."
Says, we've had that before. It's from the Wizards of Wine Winery.
Mm-hmm. But it's just not the amount that we delivered. But that is my first. That is my first offer. The second is this, and I will reach out and I will pull out the alchemist fire in the bottle and very gingerly set it down on the table.
Okay. She looks at it. Make a persuasion check at this point.
Okay.
Just to see how.
Persuasion. 28.
Damn. She looks at the bottle and says, "Why that?" She points at the bottle of wine, says, "That," and shakes her head, and that points at the other bottle and nods her head and says, "Is it a trade then?"
It is a trade. Are you interested in the bottle of wine at all? I don't want to add more to your collection here if you don't particularly find any interest in it.
You can find someone else who's interested in that.
Sure. And I will put the Red Dragon Crush back and hand her the alchemist fire and hold out my hand for the pearl.
Yep. You trade the pearl for the alchemist fire.
Awesome. Oops.
There you go.
I want to remove that.
And she says, anything else I can trade with you today?
Let's see. I know it's a long shot, but I've been carrying around this potato sack for quite a while, and while it is organized, and he kind of like gives her a wink, it is very encumbersome. Do you happen to have a backpack?
Backpack?
Yes.
That's a boring kind of thing, isn't it?
Sometimes we must make do with simple things.
I have a backpack, but I need it myself.
I don't want to inconvenience you at all, so I appreciate your time.
Of course.
And with that, I will bid her adieu with a very polite wave and a dashing, charming smile, and Etri and I will take our leave.
Yeah, Country is looking satisfied as you haven't stolen anything apparently.
Apparently.
Still suspicious. And to the third party of this split party, we go with Azim and Irina toward the pond.
So, Irina, as you're walking,
Yeah. Yeah.
how do you know that this morning lord, and I do it in quotation marks, has like got your back?
She says, well, really, the people of Barovia have been religious in, well, praising the Morning Lord. And for instance, this abbey, and points up at the abbey, used to be a great follower of the Morning Lord, well, Saint Andrew, Saint Markovia. She, I've read, lived here long ago.
Right.
And so followers of the Morning Lord have had great influence in these lands, and as I feel the Morning Lord does not answer all my prayers, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't continue praying to the Morning Lord, for he has been here once at least.
You're saying it's blind faith, then?
Well, it's not really blind, considering that there is an abbey that was created in the name of the Morning Lord, and great deeds were done in his name until the fall of Saint Markovia long ago.
Right. Because you see, and we're talking as we're walking, and he's going to summon just a little bit of the magical energy that he has around, kind of let it snake around his hand in like a little frostbite miniature-esque kind of spell thing. He's going, because I'm pretty sure whatever powers I got recently aren't from the Morning Lord.
Well, I have heard of other things that grant powers, and of course you have a cleric amongst you who praises someone else than the Morning Lord. So I do understand that there are others than the Morning Lord. I have read of them, but that does not make the Morning Lord less influential.
So, sorry, this is coming from the experience of being in a society with no deity. The closest of which was this strange mummified being which controls the entire fortress and
That
gives
sounds
orders
awful.
and shit. Yeah, actually pretty damn terrible. Thankfully, it was never one of the acolytes, so never really had to go in there, so to say. Never had to go face to face, because that would have been shit.
Face to
So the
face
whole
with a god.
concept of deities, what? Sorry.
Face to face with a god?
No. They're a being of great power. We presume they're some form of deity. You know, they probably could be a deity of somewhat. But as far as I'm aware, the deity of my people died a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I was never really connected to it. Don't worry about it. But I've never really had any experience of deities, so I guess I was just curious, which is why I came to travel with you today.
Sure.
Not that I, really know you.
Well, maybe with time.
Sure. Don't get your hopes up. And I'm gonna like, not flicker on those, when like they just kind of push the finger on the forehead a little bit. It's gonna kind of cruelly but playfully, kind of just punk.
Yeah.
Now, I presume you have business here.
She says, yes, I would like to spend the time by this site. See if I
Sure.
can get a connection. Get
I'll
my prayers
keep a
right.
lookout.
And as you travel toward the pool, you can see as you get closer to it that even under the gray skies that are constantly looming, the north end of the whole village sort of shimmers and sparkles. Near the shore of this pond sits the old gazebo on a verge of collapse. You see a wooden statue of a mournful, bare-chested man. Its paint chipped and faded, stands near the gazebo with arms outstretched as though waiting to be embraced.
Is your morning, Lord?
She says, I suppose so. I have not seen that before.
He needs to learn to wear a shirt. No shame.
You notice, though, as you get closer, that there is a single shaft of sunlight that splits through the clouds, piercing through a crack in the roof of the gazebo and illuminates the face of the statue within.
That's new. Go on then, do your thing. I'll keep a watch out. I'm gonna do a quick rounds, just to make sure there ain't nothing suspicious.
Yeah, and I guess you might have to retell to the others because you split the party. But
yeah, I'm just letting people know. I guess I'll whoop 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 whoop. whoop.
Oh yeah, I guess you have the walkie-talkie.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just you know. So I just go. So we've arrived at this chapel. Hope you're all doing whatever. Ugh. Kind feelings. So you guys just hope you're all doing whatever. Funny thing, this chapel has like a single shaft of light coming through from the cloud cover. Just thought it might be interesting. Gonna take a look around for bad guys. See you soon.
As
Don't get
you,
stabbed.
As you get closer, you see the expression of the statue moving. The worn paint upon the statue's surface begins to glow a dim gold, even as its features begin to shift and change. The age vanishes from the old man's face, the statue's beard receding and hair lengthening. Color returns to the statue's surface and the features of a young man's face and body taking shape. Dark hair, storm-colored eyes, and a lithe but well-muscled form. His features are strikingly reminiscent of those of Strahd von Zarovich, but the soft warmth in his gaze and quiet smile upon his lips would look alien to the vampire's ancient face.
As a player, I think I know who this is, but as a
well,
character,
you don't need to.
don't.
You need to wonder. You don't need to wonder because the statue speaks and says,
What the fuck?
"I am Sergei von Zarovich. Welcome to the shrine of the White Sun."
Yes!
And
My boy Sergei!
Irina looks with a bit of confusion, and he looks at her and says, "Tatiana, do you remember me?"
Oh, I'm fucking inside checking this. This is getting sus.
Sure.
15? The fuck's going on with this talking statue?
You get you don't see any. It's a statue talking. You don't have a. I mean, you don't know it to be
This is
lying.
pretty stone faced.
It's pretty stone faced. She
He's a stone faced liar.
yeah. She says, "My name is not Tatiana. My name is Irina."
Guys, the statue's talking. Guys, please get here.
The
Guy.
and the statue kind of sheepishly says, I'm sorry, Irina. Yes, of course.
I'm gonna just kind of just make my presence known to the statue.
Yeah. Everyone else is hearing about the sun shine and the statue talking.
Guys, the
And-
statue's fucking talking. It's so
We're in
weird.
Heist mode.
Everyone.
Does this
I'm
happen
relaying
normally?
this to
Yeah,
I'll
Ronan.
say-
I'm like,
I'll say this is what while Ronan is ritually casting and he doesn't hear anything.
Don't interrupt me.
And this is as Alexander and Etri are getting out of the store.
but he found sunshine and
Nah, Irene, we are getting clothes right now, and I need to concentrate.
sorry, Ronan. And she shuts up, but she's looking like really keyed up, like she's like nervous, like should we go? Should we stay? So I'll message back to Azim. It works both ways, right?
Yeah.
Just like I'm a little tied up. Can you give us like maybe 10 minutes? No
you
response.
Saying that,
Uh-oh.
saying that to Azim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the statue is talking. Don't know if it's going to do anything else.
Is it a nice statue?
For now, a little bit sus.
Okay.
I mean, it's a talking statue. I presume that doesn't normally happen on this plane of existence.
Yeah. I mean, Ronan's busy doing magic things, so
Great. I'll inform you if we start dying.
okay.
Smiley
There's a
face.
little, yeah, the emoji smiling face. There's a little blip in the middle, like as soon as you guys stop talking, there's a little blip, and Alexander's like, "We're halfway there. We're on our way."
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And what's Alexander and Etri doing?
Probably as soon as Etri and I get the message as we're walking outside, we just look towards the direction of the gazebo area that they went to, and just take off in a hurried walk until we see that like no one's around us because we don't want to start a panic, and then we'll take off running
All right.
towards that area.
Yeah. And it's not a big town, so you can get there in like 15, 20, 30 seconds by running. The statue continues and says, I thank you for bringing Irina here for safety.
Sir Sergei von Zarevich.
Well, what is left of me, yes.
Respectfully, I haven't seen a lot of talking statues. This is new.
He says, oh, we have a tree back.
I kind of blacked out what happened.
You're running toward the gazebo after purchasing a gem, and now there is this.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like me.
Talking statue there that addresses himself as Sergei von Zarevich.
Sergey, my boy.
Yes.
My boy's so gay.
So he says, I am the brother of Strahd von Zarevich, and
Oh,
I
don't say
would,
his name.
I would hope to see the removal of his curse on this land. Are you alone?
I've got friends, if that's all. Friends. Business associates, colleagues.
Irina turns to you and says, "You can call them friends. You've practically been traveling with them for a long time and saved their lives.
Respectfully,
You gave Irene a hug."
don't embarrass me in front of the wizard. Don't embarrass me in front of the statue. Yes, I'm here with. And he's gonna just go. Okay, I'm here with.
You can do it.
He's having difficulty actually saying this. I'm here
Well,
with friends. He's like this, just strained through the teeth. He goes, I didn't like that at all. That was horrible.
He says, well, if you have brought, and he pauses always, saying, Irina, here you must be good people.
I have vested interest in seeing the asshole in charge of this place dead. Yes.
That is good. I would offer as much help as I can if you wish.
Alright. I'm good for any help, like, honestly, sure. But to be honest with you, you can understand why I'm a little bit trepidatious about this.
He says, of course, I understand. But my sword that I had when I lived, I can sense in a marsh.
Okay.
Though it is not full, it is not healed. If you would bring it to this pond, I will help you make it whole, and you can use it to battle Strahd and remove the curse upon this land.
That sounds pretty great, honestly. Not sure if there's a lot of us who actually wield swords in the party, but I'm sure there's somebody.
Well, I hope it helps you, but otherwise...
Yeah, we could give it a go. Irina is getting pretty good with a longsword, just saying. She did a whole 2 damage.
I don't know what that means.
Think of a paper cut.
She did a good solid 2 hits on a witch recently. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit cool. Not cool enough, but a little bit cool.
And he turns to Irina and says, Irina, I remember you as my wife-to-be. And I would be very glad if you could join me, if I could bring your soul with me so that we may be together. And Irina kind of looks, and at this point Alexander and Etri would be sort of approaching this situation. You can see Azim and Irina conversing with this person. I mean, it's really like a person because the color has sort of come to the, but it's kind of clearly a statue. And you would have heard that last sus thing.
In your head.
Yeah. Where are we in a graveyard now? Or
No.
like,
There's like a pond, like a small lake and there's a gazebo that's a bit broken down with this statue that's talking with you. Otherwise, there's no graveyard, anything graves here.
Okay.
No. But as he says that to Irina, she kind of turns to you, Azim, and notices Alexander and Etri also arriving, and says,
Yep, those are the associates. It's in it again.
Yeah.
Hello.
She kind of in that strange thing that the statue just told her. She says, "I don't know you. I don't understand really what this is, and I don't wish to come with you. I have my friends here who I need to stay with." And you can see the sadness on the face of the statue. And she says, or he says, that is your decision to make, and I accept it. Though you speak of not understanding what you are or who you are, if you were to seek answers to this question, you should go to Marina's monument in the ruins of Perez and lay your hand on the epitaph. I can promise you that you will find the answers you are seeking there. And then he turns to the others, to everyone, and says again, if you find my sword, you are... I would tell you to bring it back here to have it restored.
So, we're not calling your brother by his name, because apparently something bad happens when that happens. And I'd like if you didn't. I understand. He's your brother and all that. Is there anything else you could tell us about Strudel?
Well, he came to this land centuries ago. He is a military man, and he is the man who killed me.
Delightful.
Oh! Got a little bit of family drama with him. Lovely.
Says, do you wonder of anything specific? Unfortunately I don't know of his state at the moment, but before I died I can perhaps aid you in.
So, he's 100% an evil overlord now. Just saying.
Of that I have understood. I feel the curse of the land.
Pretty sure he's some sort of creature of the night. He's got powers. That's pretty much it. Alexander, I can hear you crunching an apple behind me. What do you want? What do you have something to say? What do you want to say? Like, is this a show to you? Is this a game to you? No.
I'm sorry, this is 100% fascinating, but if he can provide us with something to help us take out Strudel. However, I haven't heard what it looks like. We could just end up grabbing any old sword and throwing it in a lake and have it be useless.
Good point. Got any details on the sword?
He says, the handle has the symbol of the Morning Lord, and it is of very fine make. The blade itself is of platinum, and there should be none like it.
Okay, platinum blade. Pretty cool thing to have on a weapon. Pretty.
Could sell that for a lot of cool stuff.
You could, but from the sounds
You're not there.
You say into my head as I'm talking and
Yeah.
relaying the information about the blade.
Sure, you could do that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Good, but it sounds like a pretty good vampire killer. Does any of us actually use swords? Is any of us actually good with swords? Like long
Irina.
swords?
I'm
Irina.
proficient in longsword, but I don't have the strength for it. So I just deal the dice damage.
Yeah.
Anybody-
I guess Irina is the one.
As I say, because none of us are really like fighters, are we?
Yeah, you could try and find someone to join you who is good with that. Or you
I mean,
could,
to be fair, I could definitely, I could wield it. It would just do -1 damage.
I can wield it. It wouldn't do a minus, but
Yeah.
I'm proficient in it.
Yeah.
I'm better with a rapier.
But your track record, so I mean, well,
I'm better with a rapier.
well,
what a shame.
he did say a sword. It didn't specify what kind of sword it is. So
That's a fair point.
you know.
That's true. I can use short swords too.
Yeah.
I
But,
get these two bastards really on Zim in the chat. Oh man.
But
no,
I think because with that, Irina is following you along, and unless you want to say anything else, the statue stays there.
so Arena has to go to the Marinas.
He said to go to Marina's monument in the ruins of Perez.
Guess
I have a,
going there.
I have a question for the statue before he goes away.
What's the statue? What's the question for this? What's the statue for the question?
Well, it's right in front of me, and
In our travels, we ran across a woman who was able to do a reading for us with tarot cards, and I was given the information to go to the place where kings lie, where kings are buried, and you will find an instrument of power. Is there a specific place where royalty is buried within this area?
I need to check my notes on that.
I have all three of my tarot cards from when we did the tarot card reading with the lady, and I'm like, this one really intrigues me, so I'm like, I need to learn about this one.
Wait, it's your personal thing?
Yeah, so it was his personal card that he drew. It was the rogue card. I don't know if that helps you out at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the card he woke up with, I think.
He says, yeah, that's your personal card, yeah, that you woke up with. He says that where kings are buried, well, kings have lived and died in these lands, and they are buried in the crypts of Castle Ravenloft.
Ah, fantastic.
And with that, we can end the session with Ronan halfway through a ritual cast on the other
Ronan's
side.
like, "Oh, baby."
Everything's going great.
Yeah, everything's wonderful.
I love it that fucking flare.
The F word.
A prohibited word,
yeah.
my friends.
The F word.
You just said it.
Hey, I said it. Azim didn't say it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You did it.
I'm out of character. You dastardly son of a.
So I will end the stream there. So anyone who's watching this, thank you for watching and happy dungeon delving. Say
Bye,
goodbye to
everyone.
YouTube.